Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best monitors for graphic design.
Starting at number 5.
Dell UltraSharp U4021QW. If you want maximum screen space while retaining decent precision and pixel density, look no further than the Dell UltraSharp U4021QW. One of the best monitors for graphic design, it boasts a massive 40-inch ultra-wide panel with no fewer than 5120 by 2160 pixels. That makes for a huge working space. If we're honest, when it came to reviewing this magnificent beast, it was almost more monitor than we knew what to do with. And that includes setup, from the easy arrange application tiling to the two computers one display capability. This isn't your typical plug-and-play monitor. That aside, we did find the color quality to be outstanding, with a depth of 1.07 billion colors. And yes, that includes 100% sRGB and Rec. 709 color coverage and 98% coverage of DCI-P3. The 5120x2160p resolution is incredibly sharp, and after regular use, we found it quite tough going back to our standard 1080p display. USB-C connectivity with 90W of power delivery rounds out what is, frankly, an epic all-round package.
Coming at number 4.
AOC U32P2. 4K at 32 inches is arguably the sweet spot when it comes to balancing panel size with pixel density. The AOC U32P2 nails that remit with a 32-inch VA panel at a relatively affordable price. The VA tech delivers great contrast, but not the best color accuracy. What we found when we tested out the display was a nice, big 4K monitor that, ultimately, isn't intended for professional content creation workflows. To give you an idea, the manufacturer rates the panel at 88% coverage of the Adobe RGB gamut. That's reasonable enough, but not the stuff of serious content creation. A fact that's reflected in the OSD menu, which only includes a preset for sRGB rather than Adobe RGB, DCI-P3, and other more demanding color spaces. We also found that while it's fairly lively for an SDR panel, it's best used in environments with a lot of natural light. Frankly, the slightly oversaturated color accuracy can't match IPS, and the pixel response is adequate rather than excellent. At this price point, you also don't get USB-C single cable connectivity with charging.
At number 3.
Asus ProArt PA32 UCGK. The Asus ProArt PA32 UCGK is an absolutely stunning display with a blinding 1600 nit peak brightness and gorgeous colors. For graphic design, this monitor is wonderful to use, albeit quite expensive and not without a few flaws. The monitor itself is remarkably heavy, and has some frustrating monitor controls that make adjusting settings difficult. All in all, this monitor is made for those who do not care about the price tag, and solely care about picture quality and color representation. Part of this is because of the mini LED backlight design, pushing the 3840 by 2160 resolution, 16:9, 32-inch display. In our review, we tested the scope of the color gamut using both the SpiderX Datacolor and the X-Rite i1 Display Pro calibrator that comes with the PA32 UCGK. Users can expect and should expect at this price point 100% of sRGB range. However, we did find the 99.5% Adobe RGB space marginally more impressive. Those that use DCI-P3 can look forward to 98% coverage. Rec. 2020 is only 85%, but as an extensive gamut, many other screens only display a much smaller portion.
Number 2 of my list.
Philips 288E2A. Looking for one of the best entry-level monitors for graphic design work? You could do a lot worse than the Philips 288E2A. It's a 28-inch 4K model with plenty of desktop real estate. We found that when it came to detail and sharpness, that 3840 by 2164K pixel grid still makes for pretty high density, 157 ppi, since you asked, and so, nice sharp fonts and plenty of precision. And menus are nice and crisp. It uses an IPS panel, which makes for excellent viewing angles. On paper, it's pretty high spec. It's an 8-bit panel with 10-bit color depth courtesy of dithering. It's also good for 117% of the sRGB gamut and 90% of DCI-P3. Note that the only gamut preset available in the rather limited OSD is sRGB. Those are decent numbers. However, we did feel the quality wasn't great, and while Philips rates the 288E2 UAE at a modest 300 candelas per square meter, even that seems optimistic when you view the slightly dull overall panel vibrancy. Oh, and there's absolutely no HDR support.
And number 1.
BenQ PD3220U. The BenQ PD3220U 4K UHD monitor is an impressive Thunderbolt 3 monitor with impressive specs. During our hands-on review, we found this display can push 100% sRGB, 95% display P3, and has a 1000:1 contrast ratio. The PD3220U also boasts a 4K resolution and a 16 aspect ratio. The colors on this display are wonderful, and using the companion software, or the built-in menu, these can be adjusted even further to match your color profile of choice. For those using multiple devices, we were pleased to see the BenQ PD3220U monitor has several inputs, including Thunderbolt 3, and a built-in KVM switch to make for quick peripheral, keyboard, mouse, etc., switching when bouncing between machines. BenQ also packaged Dual View, CAD/CAM mode, Animation mode, and Darkroom mode in this monitor. Dual View allows you to see two viewing modes side by side to spot-check color accuracy. CAD/CAM mode boosts contrast to help illuminate technical drawings and illustrations. Animation mode pushes the dark areas of the image by enhancing clarity while avoiding overexposing the bright areas. Lastly, Darkroom mode adjusts both clarity and brightness to make working in dark environments more enjoyable.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.